Hello and welcome to Vintage Story. Um, this video is just gonna be me talking a little bit about the game. Um, it's the first, I just finished like the first year. I'm still in winter, technically, even though it's still pretty warm out on account of the fact I chose the warm climate starting because I figured go easy on myself for the first time, which I probably shouldn't have because I did have enough time to get my crops grown, and I do have a good food storage, so probably could have, survived, made it this far. Although, hindsight's 2020, and you know, we often take our environment for granted. Fish don't often know they're wet. Anyway, so this video is just um, like talking a little bit about the game and more so like a tour of my little base that I've set up within this year. And I should say, like, year, for people who don't know, um, there's only like 9 days in a month, and it's only a couple hours. So this world is probably like 50 hours old, like real world hours old. So a couple weeks of playing. Um, all right, so let's see here. It's night out right now, but it's low rift activity, so I'll give a quick check out. You can't really see it too well, and it's not really finished yet, but this is like a little bit of a castle. I did have like windows there, but I kept getting sniped by a bowtorn, and monsters were still spawning up there when rifts, flew by. So I boarded up. I'm gonna find a way to get glass and then probably put windows up again. We even get like shutters. I could probably get like some kind of shutter. Uh, anyway, so yeah, these nice double doors. I like how like when you open one, they both open, which is something Minecraft still doesn't have. You just gotta put like two pressure plates down and walk in the center of them and trigger both of them. Although it would be nice to have like pressure plates that like it automatically closes it when I walk past. But then again, drifters like to just pile up on the door, and I don't want to accidentally let them in. Also, I put these berry bushes around the front, which is nice to walk through them. And these ones look a little bit rattier, but you could prune them with shears to make them nice and square, which is what I did for these ones over here. These are red currant berries, which should be growing, well, flowering in a bit, maybe like a month, I guess, because like 4 days, yeah, 8 days, which is about like a month in game, and then they flower for a month. And I just got a juice press, so I'm getting ready to make wine. Anyway, so here's the outside. I have my anvil mold here because I didn't want to put it inside and don't want to take a chest. I got these aged crates from like ruins, which these guys have really come in handy. I probably should just make more of them because you can make your own, but they don't look aged. So I'll have to like put them elsewhere, or maybe retire these ones. I just don't feel like moving everything around quite yet. Ideally, I'm going to clear away that back forest and put a lodge back there, and then put more of these buildings around it, and then make like a whole castle. Just kind of add on to it. I have this breed trap out here just because I made it and I caught the chickens I needed, so I don't really need it anymore. I have some plants growing here. Nitrogen. There's like crop rotation, so it like slowly absorbs some nutrients and putting others back, which is pretty cool. So you can like rotate your crops. I just wish a little bit more forgiving, I guess. I don't know. I guess it depends on like what crops you have, but well. Um, I kind of did like that basic, like Minecraft style, um, like by the river farmland. So these nutrient levels are all over the place, and I only have like a handful of potassium crops. Let me turn down just a little bit. My cat's freaking out. Yeah, so, but that's like provided like quite a bit of food for me. Uh, Berry bushes, you could just like pick them up and take them with you, which is cool. So you could always just have them like always going. Because once you like harvest them, it still takes like 2 months to get berries back. So you might as well take it with you and put it by your base, because it's gonna like maybe add like a day or two. Um, this is my little pit I use to make charcoal. I just have it filled with firewood. Basically, to make charcoal, you fill up a space and you bury it and you light it on fire and it turns into charcoal. Here's my chicken pen. You put grain in these little troughs and they eat it and they make eggs. They all freak out because a lot of these are like first generation or wild chickens. So eventually, like their offspring or their offspring will like stop freaking out when I walk by. So torches are cool because like you can hold like light objects in your hands and it'll like light up the area. And torches you just hold on forever and they'll just like burn in your inventory forever. Unless you get in water, then they'll go extinguished. But if you put them out in the rain, they'll go extinguished. So you could just relight them. They'll light up. Which actually I should probably break and replace these because they only last for 24 hours before they burn out. Oh, they're probably like a burned out one here. This is my charcoal shed. This was my first like little house. It only had 2 shitty little temporary doors. Well, double doors actually. Those like crude doors that if you open and close them too much, they might break. So I just have this structure to kind of keep it up here because these guys have physics. So they'll, let's see here. See, the things kind of fall into place to like slide over. So it keeps it like roughly in place. And I don't think you can slide past these because I think this counts as a full block. But I have all my coal here. I used to have it on the side of my base right here. But I put my berries there and I want to kind of build out this way. I need more berries for... I'm going to start making like wine. And I would make brandy and distilled alcohol, but I don't really have the space for it right now, at the moment. And I need solder. Like, the only thing you use lead for in this game is to make the distillery. And, like, I found, like, 1 nugget of lead. That was probably a little panning. Now, you're probably thinking, well, shouldn't you not use lead to make a distillery for, like, solder? Because you're drinking that, so you don't want to drink lead, but... This is rustic. It's, This is back before they discovered lead made you go crazy. Here we are. Here's my pigs. They all freak out because they have babies and they freak out if they you get close to them. I used to have a pen here, and I moved them over. I just kind of built out and then surrounded them here. Put a little tree there so there's some shade, I guess. The problem is that like all mobs kind of pick you up from like through blocks. It's purely distance based. So if you're standing in the corner of your base, they're freaking out and they start squeaking. It's quite loud. This guy killed me before, so once I get a mate and breed him, then I'm going to kill this guy. So animals just like there's like male ones and female ones, and then the female ones get pregnant. You gotta like keep them alive, but the male ones, once you just kill those little bastards. There's like a bear. There's like bears over there, which I saw a polar bear, not polar bear, a panda bear. And I'm like, well, why is that over here? Like, I was docile, and then I saw like a regular bear, like a brown bear. So I just ran out of there. Let this guy up. I have these little like oil lamps around the perimeter, just because in case these guys burn out while I'm away doing mining. One thing I like is that there's the prospector pick, which lets you make these like nodes. You can turn them off, where it highlights what type of materials are around. So you don't have to go like with like for a good you have a really good chance of like finding the materials you're looking for, whether it's like coal or copper, mainly copper, and then bismuth for bismuth bronze and tin and all that shit. What else do I have out here? I have some more berries. There's like 4 or 5 different types of berries. There's these blackberries, the cranberries, there's red berries, and then there's like white berries. And then I have blueberries over here, which I'm just keeping on the thing because that way they don't spoil. And I want to get enough of them that I could like juice them, because you have to have like so many before you could like juice them effectively. Yeah, these guys only like sit on their eggs while they're not freaking out, so you gotta like stay away from them. Like I said, in a couple generations they go by. Like alright, let's see here. Alright, so it says is pregnant, creature weight good, damage tier 1. That just means that like it's basic information. But one of them should say let's see here. Alright, where's maybe the babies? Here, generation 1. That's the first generation, so I capture some wild pigs and that's like their kids. And those piglets should be generation 2. If I can like no, that was generation 1. So I guess it was still just like a wild one breed. So you just gotta let them do their own thing. They only breed when you feed them food, which these guys, chickens, only eat grain, which I have a lot of. I just need more of it because I want to make pies and stuff, and bread, and also ale. But these pigs eat they eat grain, but they also eat vegetables, and they also eat. Oh, this is the cellar. So you got to keep your food, preserved for the winter, which I really didn't need to do because it's cold here. But you go down to your base, your cellar, which could be a small room. You gotta have like a little light here. And you could just like have these storage vessels which keep your food preserved. So these guys last for a couple years. Eggs and meat is I use that for here. They only last a couple days. The mushrooms last for quite a while, just not as long as the fresh like root vegetables do. Grains last for a very long time until you grind the flour, then they kind of fall off. Berries are very rough; they don't last very long. And this is just mash. So what mash is when you put your berries in here, and you squeeze it down, and it squirts all the juice out into the bucket here. And then I have like this is my red berry juice, cranberry juice. I'm probably gonna put blueberry juice in this one, black, white currant juice, and this is my ale, which is pretty easy to make. You just need to it's water and flour. And these guys, you could just seal it up and make wine any time. But I want to get this guy filled up. Like it's good for like a couple months. So I'll let it just accumulate and then seal it up because it's a 1-to-1, whereas the ale only like 50 gallons or 50 liters, I guess, of. Why is it 50? Oh yeah, it's 20. It's 4 years. Yeah, it's alcohol, so it lasts a very long time. Uh, yeah, like an entire barrel of water and then like 50 flour only makes 10 liters of liquor. Uh, you could chisel blocks. Which I made this little table, which I probably don't even need down here to put some pies on. Which you could just keep your pies like in these containers, and it's lasts just as long. Um, yeah, so you could also. I made this little fire pit again with chiseled blocks, keep it like smaller, and like cooking pots, which you could put like different kinds of meats and berries and vegetables and stuff. Cooks it up, and you can't just eat it out of the pot. You have to use a bowl or a crock, which a crock could hold like 4 servings, but you can't stack them. And then bowls just hold 1 serving. And with crocks, you could use. I don't have any on me, but you can use animal fat or lumps of fat, which you get from killing animals, or beeswax, which I haven't gotten honey yet. Like I have some honey, but I haven't figured out how to get the bees into the skeps. Or maybe just because it's winter, they haven't like decided to do it yet. Uh, it'd be great if these guys only crowed when it was actually morning instead of noon. Um, anyway, so you could seal them, and then I have like hefty red meat stew, which is like super super. It fill you could like eat only part of your cooked meals. Um, so like you could like eat the meal twice. So there's basically like 8 servings per container. Um, and you can put like 4 containers on a shelf. And these guys, because it's a cellar and it's on a shelf, these guys last forever. Well, years, but um, with how many generations of pigs there's gonna be, I'm gonna be just swimming in red meat. All right, let's see here. Also, these stairs, like I chiseled them out so they're a lot more smooth. I could probably make them like even finer, so it's more of a direct slope, but I don't wanna. I think it's a little bit too sloped. Alright, so you just feed these guys the mash. And the ones that are ready to mate will eat up the food and then get fatter, and then they'll get pregnant and produce little piglets that'll grow up, be slaughtered, breed, and then over generations you like lead them around with ropes and then pet them so they calm down. You can butcher them. There's a cleaver which you can make. I'm not gonna get into forging, but you have to shape out things. Like it's really cool. But the cleaver you could just it doesn't say it. It lets you instantly kill like domesticated animals. So you don't have to like chase them around and shit. Because right now, if I want to kill one of these guys, I gotta like stab them with my spear a bunch or chuck it at it. Which you should basically always throw your spears because it does so much more damage. I also have a bow, but I haven't gotten a lot of practice with it. Yeah, this guy, the bighorn, it's like a sheep. You can't shear the sheep, but you can milk them. Except this guy. This guy's you can't milk the male ones, obviously. I don't. There was a female one over there somewhere, but I haven't found it again. So I'm gonna have to hunt it down. But my cat is freaking out over something. Just make a quick food here. Turnip stew. 3, 4. Yeah, there's basically like three tiers of food. There's like regular, and then there's like hearty, and then hefty. It basically just like increases how much. I should probably just drink some of my juice. Just because you'll starve while waiting for your food to cook. Um, Firewood, and then it isn't like automatically like Minecraft. You gotta like actually set it on fire. And I have like four of them going, so I could like have my crucibles going, and uh, I use it to make a candle, which I use to make my lantern. So once you use these cooking pots to make like non-food items, then you can no longer use them to make food items. I chiseled out these squares here so I could have like some water and like a little bit more space. So this is just like standing water, so I could throw hot objects in there and cool them quickly. I heard that like if you do that, it makes them have more durability, but like I've like compared things I've thrown in there to things I've like just poured, and it isn't. You could climb up gaps in the ladders, which is pretty cool. So you could have these sealed off. I put this banister and I carved this out, and then I put these guys here lately just so if a temporal storm comes, I could just close everything up and like lock myself down. That way, if there even is like a weird like spot where a creature could spawn in here somehow, then I'm like, or down there somewhere, at least this will be counted as a room and I will be safe in here. Here's my ingots, tin, copper, and bismuth. You need like 70 something to make plate, copper plate, which I want to make. I might not even use it, but oh, here we are. Here's my ale. Let me get a bucket. Go put it in my basement so it stays cool longer. Yeah, like 1.3 years there, and then, you know, almost 5 years there. Probably don't need to put these up here, but oh well. I have my logs up here. I have like some. I don't have like the stuff to make leather quite yet. Like I could just do like rough hides and shit. I need to get like crush up seashells to get lime because I can't find any. So I'm just letting stuff rot so I could letting it rot so I can make fertilizer. And I also have some bushmeat, which is you get it from killing bears and foxes and raccoons and wolves and shit, things that like attack you. And it's you can't cook it with meals. You can't, so you could if you have salt you could preserve it, but I don't have salt yet. I can't find it. This is gonna be like the second floor or third floor. And then I'm gonna put like the wooden floor here, and then put up these parapets, I guess. I have a lightning rod here just because it was a while ago when my pigs were right here. I looked out my window that I had at the second floor, and I just saw lightning strike right next to it, and they all freaked out. So yeah, I put a thing there. Yeah, if you see like right there, there's like a black torch. It's where it died out, and they just crumble away. You can't relight them. My chicken coop or chicken pen looks kind of like an egg, which I didn't really do intentionally, but it's pretty funny. And what's annoying though is like chicken eggs in this game don't actually look like egg shaped. They just like look little rectangles. They actually look kind of flat too. It's weird. It's more like rocks. Anyway, so Yeah, I didn't finish putting the roof on that guy. I'll probably get around to that eventually. What else do I have to show? Um, let's see. I think that's basically everything. At least on my base. I showed off the juicing room, the cellar, 2 floors. Hmm. Oh, there's these path blocks, which you can make. They make you walk faster, which you can't chisel them, so you can't make a smooth slope, which I probably would have done. So, I mean, you could turn on, like, non-block chiseling, I guess. But, I don't know. Or basically, like, stone, wood, plaster, shit like that you could chisel. And then, you can't do that because it's, like, a gravel type, I guess. There's a really cool formation, which I might build something up there, but, like, it's dark over there. It's a lot of shade, I guess. And then there's always, like, a drifter or a bow torn. Either a bunch of drifters, a bow torn, or a shiver there, which sucks because those guys are creepy. I forgot my stew. Oh yeah, it's like Don't Starve, where when you take damage, you're when you take damage, you do instrument music. You could like pick it when you make your character at first. There's also like character classes, which like I chose commoner just because like there's no benefits or penalties. You can't really make new clothes unless you have like the very specific like tailor class, which is, I know you could turn it off, but I don't know. I don't want to have to deal with the other crafting stuff, I guess. I don't know. Basically, my plan is to kind of play with this world for a while, and then eventually start a multiplayer server. And that way we could like alright, calm down. That way I could like try things. Like I might go for like a hunter just because I really like the raising of animals and the butchering mechanic. I think that's pretty cool. The cooking is pretty cool. Although I also do like prospecting. It's just that like you have this temporal stability, which is basically your sanity meter. And the deeper you go, it starts slowly winding down, and like nightmare monsters start spawning. Like I said, it's like a lot of this is like these like they're like path blocks and shit is like taken directly from like Don't Starve, and like the sound of your voice being instruments is from Don't Starve, and the cooking thing it feels very like Don't Starve-ish. The torches feel like they're from Don't Starve. It's very like this started as like a Minecraft mod called Vintage Craft, and you could tell where the Minecraft ended, and then the Don't Starve begins. Yeah, I should probably finish the roof of this because I don't live this in here anymore. I only ever use it for my shed, so for coal. So I don't really care too much. I've been more focused on acquiring livestock. And making that juice press was very difficult because I had to go all the way. Where is it? All the way over here to get resin. I just realized I went there when I could have gone there and definitely got it. But anyway, so resin is a pain to get, and you need it to make a lot of stuff. Like once you get into windmills and mechanical power, then you really need it to make your gears. because you only have like wooden gears and cogs and shit. So it it's a pain in the ass because it only goes on like certain trees, and you can't grow new trees that like leak resin. And it's only pine trees and acacia trees. So, like I said, I thought I was gonna like screw myself over because I chose a warm climate. So I was terrified of like, well, do I have to walk like 1,000 blocks or 10,000 blocks north? Because I know, like, I've seen like Let's Plays where people have done that. Like they had to like travel really far to to get stuff. I'm surprised I didn't see any around, but right now the rift activity is calm. So instead of like Minecraft where darkness is a constant chance to spawn enemies, if you're above ground, there's these like weird portal things that kind of float around and like manifest when it's like dimly lit, or where when it's dark out, they could spawn. And what that is like just monsters spawn around that. So if I broke all these lights, I'm pretty sure they should stay calm at least for a while. So I could walk around in total pitch darkness. Like I could probably walk all the way over there and be fine. Like it's totally dark here. Now imagine like it's your first night and this is all you see. It's terrifying. And I don't even be able to see anything because of the YouTube pressure. I don't even know if this is bright enough. Just up an offhand, but it makes your hunger go down. Let's see here. Yeah, it makes 20% faster, which I'm just not gonna hold on to it then. Or just with my main hand. You'll have to put it down and put it up again. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You can't just like pick up torches, which is annoying. Like if you just like pick these guys up and put them back down, that'd be great. But you gotta break them and pick them up and put them down. And it is cool that throned light objects light up. So if you want to see how deep a hole is, if you're mining, you just like chuck a torch down. Let me feed these pigs more mash. There's this jackass. He eats dried grass, which is good because I have a lot of it, and it grows everywhere. But there's no mate. So he's just going to sit there until I find a ewe. Ewe? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's E-W-E. It's like a female sheep. Thank you. It's nowhere near daylight. Yeah, basically to make leather, you have to like get oak wood and then like soak it to make tannins, and then you soak your leather, your hide in that. Well, first you oil it, and then you put it in there. And then once you do that, then you soak it in lime, and you soak it in lime again, and then you wash it and you scrape it, and then you can make leather. And it's like this whole song and dance. And I'd imagine like once you get a lot of lime going, like a lot of it, and then once you start getting the production, then it really opens up. Like getting these guys like fed and bred takes like it's a lot to get into, but once you get them going, it's pretty good. Same thing with the chickens. Once it's a pain to capture them, but once you get them, then you're good. These guys are actually a little bit easier because these guys don't do too much damage. And you can just punch them and they'll chase you for a bit, and then you can like trap them in a cage. These guys, you just gotta put a little box out. It's this cage here. And they'll eventually catch it. They'll get stuck in it, and then you could, or there's a chance to get stuck in it, and you could like plop them down. And they'll run like crazy, but you just like leave them by themselves and give them fed, and make sure there's a male one in there, and then they'll, slowly reproduce. Just make sure to keep them fed, and get pretty hands off after that. They don't even drop that much meat. I'm mainly using them for eggs and like occasionally feathers. I have enough feathers left over, and I don't really use arrows too much. But once I get like a good surplus of feathers, then I'll be slaughtering them guys, get them in the swing of things. What else is there? Oh, rope ladders. I'm just like showing off random things. Rope ladders are cool because you could you like click them and it slowly goes down, and then you could click them and like pull them back up. So just always have a bunch of rope ladders on you. Like even they're kind of pricey to make, you gotta use rope and then sticks, which sticks are like a pain. Were a pain to get. Like I have a lot of them saved up now, but like you find them like on the ground and you get them when you cut down trees. But cutting down like the bigger trees takes a long time. Like the axe, like these copper axes, like these guys go through like durability like nobody's business because it counts like every block it cuts down as a use, which I mean I get like the mechanic side of it, but also like the point of like gravity does the work of like lumberjacks, right? Now if it fell over and you need to chop it up like like the forest, then I'd say all right, that's fair, that makes sense. But no, it just all falls down at once, and then it just destroys your axe's durability. Um, when you throw your spears, it automatically like takes the other ones from your inventory. You just gotta make sure to put them back in your backpack, because otherwise you don't want to have a free hand. Because like if you have like hold on, let me see here. So like if you have a stick on the ground and you're holding a stick, like you can't actually no. It doesn't I guess you can't like there's like natural sticks that spawn on the ground. Like they if you right click on them with like an object, it'll try to use it on it when you gotta have like your empty hand or another stick to like pick it up. It's like one of those like weird holdover things from Minecraft where like it's a right and left click thing. You're like you don't have a use key in the sense like source games do. Well, that's also another thing that's cool. If you hold down Alt, you could like look around with your menus, which I wish you could like kind of like keep these guys open and like Morrowind, like have your things open and like look around and walk around and shit. That'd be pretty cool. Um, but unfortunately, you can't, which I get because like the controls would be a little bit wonky. A shell I found. Those are my tools. Uh, pickaxes. The prospecting tool is pretty cool, which, like I said, it lets you make these nodes. You break a few blocks in an area, and it tells you like what kind of minerals and metals are in the area. This is the corn. It's basically a grindstone to like grind up bones in the bone meal, grain in the flour. This is the jug of honey I have. Here's like my miscellaneous stuff. A lot of my like building supplies and plants. This is like my treasures. There's like metal scraps used for repairing things. Cool conch shell I like. Resin, which is valuable. These are like the music discs, I guess, of the setting. It's like an Edison tube. Lapis lazuli is used to make just pigments. Gears are used as currency with traders, which there are a few traders around the area. I just don't talk to them very often because they never really have anything I want to buy, and they're never selling anything. They're never selling anything I want to buy, and they're never buying anything I have to sell. And temporal gears. I only found 2 of these, and I used one of them already. And what it does is when you right click and hold it down, it marks your spawn location, which I should have waited. No, because I died before I could had this place built up. I would have spawned all the way back there. But you mark a spawn point, and then when you die, you just respawn there. Because like sleeping in your bed just skips like some time ahead, and helps you heal. It doesn't actually set your spawn location. But those guys are like really rare. They're like very uncommon to find. But I got the 2 first drifters I killed. These little like mole man, robot, monster, claw things. The first 2 I killed both had a temporal gears on it, which is pretty cool. And Let me think. And I haven't found any since, so yeah. I found that painting I have upstairs in the ruins. There's like ruins where you could find like that kind of stuff. I found this painting of an elk, which I guess you could like buy or tame. Well, maybe not in this version. I know you could do it in like the upcoming version, like taming them on your own. But you could just buy an elk, and it you could like ride it around and shit. Buckets, barrels. I love the sound design of this game. I feel like it goes without saying, but you like stack up like objects in the world. So instead of having like a chest with a bunch of your planks, you just like have your planks piled up. And you know, like your ingots. Like they only stack to like 16, but you could have like a, you know, it goes as high as you could stack them, which is pretty cool. These little reed chests kind of suck for storage, but you know, I have them, so I might as well use them. And then you know, I have this chest of my wood, a few miscellaneous things, and then this stuff I'm letting rot. What do I have down here? Tables are used to make pies. You put some dough down, you can throw it in the oven, which you have to heat up with wood. This is for getting the ingots hot to work them. I put this here with the intent of quenching it, but you can't quench in barrels. That's why I have this here. It's just a rack for the mold, so you can pour the liquid copper or whatever metal directly into the mold so you don't forge it. Here's my like nuggets of metal. My shelf with some miscellaneous things. This is where I used to have all of this stuff, but I moved over because I'm going to start putting all my metal stuff in there once I get more of it. I had some rocks in there, but I moved those over too. I think that's basically it. Like, that's really everything I have to show off. I tried making a video like explaining a bit before, but I was like really negative for some reason. I don't know why, but I was, which I don't want to be because I'm really liking this game. Someone talked about it before, but he compared it to Stronghold, in that you have to like build up every little thing, and it's like very rustic, and how you like, it's like rustic and methodical, which is really like in games. So, yeah, I freaking love Stronghold, and this game very much reminds me of it, which leads me to say, when there are monsters spawning, they all rush up here and try getting in my door, and all I want to do is climb those stairs and pour down like hot metal on them, and I don't think it works that way. So if the off chance a developer sees this, add like a cauldron that we could fill with metal or sand or tar or pitch, whatever, and just dump on guys. That'd be really cool, because I want to pour hot metal on things, because if you don't have the tongs equipped, either in your hand or offhand, you try picking things up, it'll go flying, your character will scream out, it'll take some damage, and it's startling, and it's loud, and it's annoying. So always make sure to use tongs, and please let us pour hot metal and hot fluids on our enemies to scald them. Yeah, that's it. If you want to see like more vintage story stuff, let me know, because like I don't know if I have any time this week to make any videos about it, but I may make a tutorial about how to do charcoal pits or how to do smithing. Anyway, thanks for watching and or listening. I apologize for the poor quality. It's not going to get any better.